Okay, let me tell you everything you need to know to do something quite useful. Add fractions. Let's divide it into two groups. First, to add fractions that have the same denominator, for instance, 4/3 added to 1/3, well, we have 4 of them and we have 1 of them. We have 5 of them, 5/3. So basically, when the bottoms are the same or the denominators are the same, you just add the numerators. Now what about a problem like this? 7 over y plus 2 over y. I've got 7 of them, and I've got 2 of them, and together I've got 9 of them. So once again,
I know that, dude.
if the denominators are the same, you just add the numerators. Now if you have something like this, where the denominators are the same, as I said, you just add the numerators. But in this case, since you can't, you just write them, 3x plus 2. Okay? So basically the deal is,
That's the fact, Jack!
with similar denominators, all you have to remember is add or subtract the numerators. Now, the other type of problems with different denominators, is going to require you to remember the identity element of multiplication and division. Who was that? The number 1. Anything times 1 equals itself. So you can multiply by 1 any time you want in any form.
Now what am I going to do?
Well, consider that when we go to add fractions that don't have the same denominator, like these two. We're going to make them have the same denominator.
Hey, that's just crazy enough to work.
And then we already know how to do it.
Well, why don't you fix it, meathead, huh?
That's what I'm going to do. Let's fix these to have the same denominator. That same denominator is what we've called before the least common denominator. In this case, now you learned how to find that, so we're going to assume you know how to find that. In this case, that will be 6. Now remember what we said, you're allowed to multiply by 1. I'm going to multiply, or note, to get that 6, that I multiplied the bottom of the first fraction times 2. Well,
Play it for her, play it for me. Play it.
if I do it to the bottom and to the top, I'm really multiplying by 1, aren't I? Well, let's make sure we do multiply it by the top. And I have an equivalent fraction, 8/6. It's worth the same amount, just has the same denominator. Now let's look at the next fraction. What did I multiply the 2 by to get the 6? I multiplied by 3.
Play it for her, play it for me.
I multiply the top by 3.
I know you are, but what am I?
In effect, I'm multiplying by 1, aren't I? 3 over 3, in various forms. Now, I have two fractions that have the same denominator, and I just add them and get 11/6. It's easy now.
Ay, caramba!
How about this one? Well, just because it has letters doesn't mean we're going to do anything different.
Whoa!
Don't be afraid. What we're going to do is make the denominators be the same. What is the least common denominator of 7a and 6a? Well, I need a 7, I need an a, and I need a 6. 42a. Now, how can I change that legally to 42a? I know I multiplied the 7a by 6.
Play it for her, play it for me.
I'll have to do a 6 to the top. In effect, multiplying by my buddy 1 and not changing the value. 15 times 6, I promise, is 90. Now in the other fraction, I multiplied the bottom by 7.
Play it.
I'll have to multiply the top by 7.
I know that, dude.
Because anything over itself is 1. So whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top, and everything's legal schmeagle. Now, just add 90 and 56.
Is that your final answer?
Oh, and don't forget, they won't always tell you, you always have to reduce if possible. If you properly reduce this fraction, you get 73 over 21a. Don't forget to reduce or we'll mark it partially wrong.
Excellent.
And that's the answer. This one's got two different variables. But we're going to do the same thing. We're going to change them to have the same denominator.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
The least common denominator of 3x squared and 5y. We need one of everything. It's going to be 15x squared y. And we're going to play the same game with 1. Who's new? Well, let's see. I multiplied 3x squared by 5y. Basically, I divided to find the 5y. And if I did it to the bottom,
Play it.
I have to do it to the top. And 2 times 5y is going to be 10y. And then in the other fraction, what did I do to go from 5y to 15x squared y? Who's new? Well, the 5 changed to a 15, so I had a 3. And that x squared came from nowhere. So I'm thinking 3x squared is what I multiplied by. And if I did it to the bottom,
Play it.
I have to do it to the top, thereby multiplying everybody by 1. Now 3x squared times x is 3x to the third, isn't it? Now all you have to do is add the tops, which you can't do, so you just write it.
Totally.
And that's your answer.
Excuse me, Professor Brainiac.
Sometimes they get quite complicated. Usually the hardest part, I think, is finding the least common denominator. To find the least common denominator, you may remember, we're going to have to factor first. Now, let's take a look at these two denominators. And the least common denominator
Yoink! In the way!
will need an a plus 9, an a minus 9, and a 2. So that is the least common denominator. Now, going from the blue to the black, looks like on that one I multiplied by 2. He's the new guy. So
Play it.
I'll have to do it on the top and get 54, because 2 over 2 is 1. Now in the lower fraction, I went from 2a plus 9, that's the blue bottom, to the LCD, 2a plus 9, a minus 9. So who's new? A minus 9. Now if I do it on the bottom,
Play it.
I got to do it on the top. And I'll have to distribute the 3 to the a and to the minus 9. That'll give me 3a minus 27, won't it? Now let's add 54 and 3a minus 27. You can only put the 54 with the negative 27. And I get...
Is that your final answer?
Well, I'm not sure if I can cancel or not yet. What I have to try to do is factor the top to see if there's anything that can cancel. I can never cancel things that are added. And son of a gun, those a plus 9s,
Look what you've done! I'm melting! Melting!
they do go away. And that gives me, who's left? 3 over 2 times a minus 9. You can multiply it or not.
You've absolutely proved to yourself and to the audience that you deserve to be in this competition.
That's about as hard as it'll get. Okay,
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
get busy with that homework.